Ooh. Can I just say I'm so glad that each one of us picked something on Netflix, because I was like, I'm watching that, and I'm currently watching that. It was syncopation at its best.
Netflix is killing it then.
Oh, you watched Extraction as well?
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't watched that yet. But
I won't spoil it.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Do you wanna? Would you like to go first, Isha?
Yes, good.
Okay, so I am reviewing Ghost in the Shell SC 2025, something like that. Did I get it right? 35?
New Ghost in the Shell anime on Netflix. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, new 2045. There we go. But yes, the new Ghost in the Shell on Netflix. I'm at like episode 8, so I'm like halfway through. I was gonna binge it, but I was like, no, I need sleep. And I can't keep waking up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow,
it's not good. So no, that was one time.
One time.
I was like,
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, because I was up till like something like 5, 6, just watching stuff, and I was like, I'm tired. Like,
I'm doing that, man. I haven't done that. I don't have enough. I can't do that. I need stuff. So yeah. So I wasn't going to go back onto that timeline. That's not good for the body, okay? Right, okay. Yeah.
So currently watching it. So basically, Ghost in the Shell, in this series, it's a TV show, it's got 12 episodes. The animation, okay, let me tell you about the story first. Story's good. Basically, a group of people, they're kind of like mercenaries. They work for the American government as well as the Japanese government. They're a ghost organization, so they're not affiliated kind of with anybody at the moment. At the moment it feels like they've got 3 bosses, you know what I mean? Like, there's one person from the States who's trying to use them. There's another person from Japan who's kind of like their proper mentor guy, and then there's another person who's kind of just like pulling strings of everything, kind of thing. So they're kind of being pushed and pulled around at the moment. It's really good. Again, action packed from the get-go. They start shooting up some nomads in the desert. It's good, you know what I mean? The fight scenes in it are brilliant. The animation itself, it's okay. I think it works on some characters than others. Like the main character, the woman who's I call her Ghost anyway, but like they call her Major. That kind of animation or that kind of illustration really works for her aesthetic, and I think it works more for the female aesthetic because it's kind of like a soft, like the first Toy Story.
We was watching that actually.
It's like a
Saw that in Elephant Castle cinema. That's the way.
Yeah, it is actually. It really is. But it's kind of like that, but like a proper, like a more refined HD version, if that makes any sense. So at first I was like, why does different characters like it doesn't sit properly in some characters and another, but the story's like it's just banging. Like what I won't spoil it, but from what they're doing and what they have to do, they kind of just get moved around like chess pieces, and they have to do missions that they don't want to do and stuff like that. And then obviously there's the introduction of this kind of like big problem, and the big problem is starting to multiply, yada yada yada. But can I just say, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one scene at the moment that I watched, and it was so cute. Like these elderly people tried to rob a bank. It's just the most adorable thing. Like this, and the man was had like head back problems, and he was trying to get over the counter, and his friend had to give. It was just so cute. It was like I was watching. I was like, this is so weird, but I love it. Like it was. They had.
Okay.
It's only 12 episodes. So yeah, but when I tell you that episode was like the cutest episode, and you're just like, yay! And then the little spidery things, the kind of AI droid things that they have. Yeah, little tank things. They're hilarious. Like they're like little. I don't know if they're boys or girls, whatever, but they're like little children on acid with machine guns. They're so hilarious. Like they'll have a like little conversation, and they're like, oh, Major looks so cute in that outfit. I know, I saw her yesterday. Like they're just like I live for them. So no, but it's really good. Like if you get a chance to watch it, the episodes are only like 22 minutes long, so it's not even. It doesn't feel like you're watching like forever. Yeah, kind of thing. So I think that's how they get you like, oh, we got to look. But yeah, I like the trajectory it's going and gone.
Is it based off of the remember the anime from back in the day, the original anime?
Yeah.
Is it like the same character? Is it the same characters, or is it a new thing? If that makes sense.
I think it's partially based on the new character. I think if it's like the new not new character, but like the original character, but in her early days, because you could just interject this as it's just one of like a mission state, like a mission log. You know what I mean, kind of thing. Like, so this could have been when she was much younger.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Kind of thing, you know. And even if it is a new version of her, it still kind of fits in.
But it's the same girl.
Yeah, kind of more or less. Yeah, good. They've tweaked her a little bit. I don't know. She looks young, but she sounds very old. Like, it's just weird. But like when you watch it, you'll be like, but it kind of fits into any kind of a younger state of the Ghost in the Shell kind of thing. But it's a little bit lighter, but it's still quite violent, which is good. You know me, I like violence and bright colours.
I was going to ask because there has been quite a few different adaptations of Ghost in the Shell. So is this one where you can just come in and just watch it? You don't have to like see the others. Is it kind of like it's not a continuation from an old one, is it?
Yeah, no. You can just kind of watch it and just take it for what it is. Like, obviously, because we know the story, it's like, oh, this just must be like a mission log, or you know what I mean. This must be like, you could even say like this might have been a prototype before they actually made the original. You know what I mean? Like, you could do anything story, so it doesn't make you question too much of who she is and who they are. Like, it doesn't hint to that. Like, she isn't like patching into things every 5 minutes, like, who am I, this person's trying to chat to me, you know what I mean? It's just her, some guys with guns, they're doing a madness, like, so it's actually it's really, really good. Yeah. And I think the other Ghost in the Shell series are still on Netflix, so you know what I mean, you can still, I think they should be, catch them up and then just compare the two, like, if you want to. But, no, it's really good. It's not bad. So I'll give it like a smooth, like 4 out of 5.
Nice. All right.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Who's next?
Who is it? Is it me?
Yeah.
It is me. All right. So, right.
Oh my god! I saw the trailer for this.
I've been hearing about this. I saw it when I watched it. I actually wanted to kind of catch a couple of episodes today, but I was so busy like doing the script and other things that I couldn't. But I'm definitely watching this, man.
Right.
Yeah, nice joke.
First thing that I will say, if you're a person who takes, I'm not saying I am, I'm just saying if you're a person who takes any mind-altering substances, you will love this show. You will absolutely love the show. So I'm just gonna, off the bat, say that. Now, I watched this show and I saw the trailer. I was like, "What is this? It looks sick." And it was mad trick. I'm like, I want to watch that. And I watched it, and I didn't know what to expect. So it's about, I'm going to tell you about the first episode. I watched 2 episodes. I'll tell you about the first one. It's about this guy called Clancy. Okay. And he does a podcast. He calls it something like a space cast or something like that. And he goes in his computer. He lives in this thing, or maybe it's a spaceship, wherever. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't watched enough of it. And he goes in his computer and it's like he picks a world, he picks a planet, and he picks one. And I didn't get it at first. He picks one where this the computer says this planet is. He goes to Earth, but there's different variations of Earth, and he picks one where it's being ravaged by a zombie apocalypse. But all right, I'll pick that one, and then he picks an avatar. So he picks an avatar for how he's physically going to be there. He's like, I think I'll go for a strong guy today. So he picks like a muscle version of himself. So then he sticks his head.
Yeah, I saw this in the trailer. I was like, what?
Sticks his head in what looks like a giant vagina.
It's a giant vagina. That's what it looks like.
You see, he literally just, and he's in there.
1 second. Sorry. I think it's frozen. The stream. I'm just trying to check it.
What?
Oh, it's come. You might have to do it again. 1 second.
We just got to the vagina part.
Yeah, sorry.
I love it hasn't frozen. We're just chatting.
Yeah, no, it looked like I could still hear you. So
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if because I'm recording it as well. So I'm not 100% sure if it's recorded as well.
Okay.
But it looks like the stream went off. So yeah.
Oh, come on, stream. Technical difficulties.
Okay, it is back on now. So.
Okay. Welcome back. God,
Yeah, sorry,
as
we
you
had
were
technical
saying.
difficulties. So to start again, I'm watching a show on Netflix called
The Midnight Gospel.
Gospel something.
The Midnight
That's
Gospel.
it.
Right.
That's
So
it.
what it's about is about this guy named Clancy. He's sort of alien guy, and he does a podcast, and he calls it something like a Starcast, something like that. So he goes to his computer and he's flickering for a planet to go on, and he picks Earth, or I think they're all Earth, but there's alternate versions, and he picks one that's going through a zombie apocalypse. Then he has to pick an avatar, and he picks a muscle-bound avatar. To get his mind into the avatar, he sticks his head in what looks like Isha said, it is what it is, a giant, flat out giant vagina. He literally and he's in there. And then he's transported to this planet. Oh yeah, sorry, he picks a guy that he wants to talk to as well, and he picks a guy called he called him Glasses Guy. So then he crash lands, and he's like, oh no. It was so funny actually, because he lands on this guy from space. He's like, oh no, Glasses Guy, and he's slapping him like, please don't be dead, please don't be dead.
Yeah.
This guy. But luckily the guy survived. And he's like, okay. Oh, my name's not Glasses Guy. My name is, let's say his name was Larry. I'm president of Earth.
Yeah.
He's the president. You know, he's the president, but I think he's the president of Earth.
Okay.
And
This is already too much.
Clancy, hang on, Clancy asked him, do you mind if I interview you for my podcast? He's like, yeah, sure. And they're just talking, going through. It's so funny. You get through at least the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead in this one episode. You are literally seeing these two fight through a zombie apocalypse. They're fighting through, but the funny thing about it is they're not acknowledging it. There is no acknowledgement of this zombie apocalypse. It's so funny. You know what they're talking about on this podcast? Drugs. The effect of drugs. The different drugs they take. The different moves.
I'm watching this tonight. I'm sorry.
But you're like seeing people getting mutilated. And then, you know, like The Walking Dead, like the end of season 1, they're going through bang, and then they find the location.
Yeah.
They find the location in this cartoon. Then they hold up there for a while. Then they have to leave. Seriously, you'll get through the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead in this 1 20-minute episode.
That is amazing.
But what's brilliant about it is that they're not acknowledging it. Oh, this is good. You have to see it. It's so good. It's so funny. The second episode was it was very similar. He does the same thing, and then he lands on the planet and he interviews someone. And this one, they end up in like a meat processing factory. And I'm like, these people getting turned into like packaged meat around them, and there's no acknowledgement of it. I can't wait to finish it. It's too.
What
funny.
episode are you on? How many episodes?
I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I think there's like 10 or 12 or so. There's not that many episodes.
Okay.
But like, I've not seen anything like it before. Like that, it literally blew my mind. I'm like, these guys are going for topics and they're just talking about drugs.
It's made by the same people that made Adventure Time, isn't it?
I've heard that, but I'm not 100% sure. But it does have very similar animation, and I don't know if you've watched Adventure Time, but that gets mad trippy as well. I'm sure people who they're not on weed, they're on like mushrooms or acid or something, or
they're not like ketamine acid. Like.
Yeah, do you know that stuff that I've never had, stuff that proper alters your mind? That's the kind of drugs that you want if you made Adventure Time, because
oh my days,
this show has those elements as well. I will give this show. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, so I'll probably give it like 2.5 to 3 geeks.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But
that's good.
But it's really good. Out of 5, obviously. But my favorite out of the 2 so far is that first episode. Zombies are cool. We like zombies. But the fact that they're not acknowledging it, I just have me busting up.
No, I have to watch that. I have to watch that tonight.
It's really good. I actually might watch it.
Yay!
That was me.
All right, so we watched Extraction, Netflix Extraction. This one was with Chris Hemsworth.
So good. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. It was. I didn't actually realize it was based off a comic as well. Yeah.
Oh,
But
no wonder.
the story's slightly different in some ways. But yeah,
I thought it was
that's
a game
exactly
at
what
first,
Danielle
but yeah,
said.
go on.
She said it reminds her of a game. It's like playing a game when you watch it. It's just action all the way, and it's good action as well. There's some mad fights in there. Some good. The camera work is bloody good, man. It's sick. It's pretty sick.
My brother said it's like Chris Hemsworth is John Wick.
Pretty much. Pretty much is.
And my boo boos watched it as well.
Yeah.
She said it was really good. So
yeah, definitely.
You gotta watch
definitely
it. Watch it tonight.
It's a good film, man. It started off basically. It's called Extraction. He's got to go out and extract someone from a country, but you got the boss who's a kingpin drug dealer who's in charge of the government and police and all of that. So it's the guy trying to take the person out. It kind of starts off like you watch it and it starts off and I'm like, oh, that was kind of quick. He got to that person quite quick, but then you realise that was the easy part.
It's not about getting to the person, it's about getting out.
Yeah.
It's about the extraction. It's not called infiltration. It's called
it's proper sick. It's a really good show, man. So I don't really I can't really say too much. It's not something that you can really spoil, but yeah, it's one you got. If you like John Wick, you like the action. Definitely.
I do like John Wick.
Definitely catch this.
Yeah. And it's like
the
Russo brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, they're good. I mean,
I was
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
I was thinking because when I watched Extraction, I was like, imagine they did Game of Thrones the last the last 4 seasons. Like, imagine them man stopped at season 6 and they took over from 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have been a work of fucking art.
Better ending than
that would have been I'm sorry, I'm just that was.
You know what you have did. I feel like every time we speak on something that could have been, we've now created an alternate timeline.
Yes, we have.
Where that's happened, and now that's happened, and that episode, those last few seasons of The Walking Dead were sick. John's.
Sorry, I'm sorry. No, the Russo brothers is really good in Extraction, and I like the fact that you look at Chris Hemsworth and you're like, I don't see Thor. I just see some guy.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
that's
I mean?
the thing.
I just see some guy kind of thing.
That's what I was thinking. Like when it was starting,
it was really good.
That kind of put me off not watching it, but we was just like, we watched Code 8 as well, actually, which was bloody good as well.
Oh, you did like?
Yeah, we watched that. It was good. But yeah, we was just looking for something to watch and saw that. I was kind of like, Chris Hemsworth, he's going to be like Thor, but been hearing good things. So yeah, he's nothing like Thor in this. He's still big. He's still tonk. Yeah. But yeah.
No, he's still like.
Nice to know he's keeping those muscles for himself and not the movie.
Yeah.
I respect that when you do that.
Yeah.
Never forget when I saw years ago the guy who was the original Spider-Man, and he bulked up for Tobey Maguire, and then after that I saw him in something else and he just had mad pop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it was good. What was your I know this is not try not to spoil, but what was your favorite scene in it, or did you have a favorite fight scene or something?
I like the scene when it finished with a car and a van. That whole bit,
that secret.
Because I think that was actually a one shot as well. That was it all seemed like one shot kind of thing. They did do some cuts, but it was some good cuts that they seamed in. So, but yeah, that shot was it stood out to me. That really did stand out to me. So
the fight scene And I'm a real stickler for this. And the reason I'm a stickler for this, what movie did this to me?
I know what you said.
I can't remember now. It made it a thing. I think it was Daredevil. Was it no? Was it John Wick or Daredevil? One of them started this. Or maybe it was basically, does he punch and then it cuts, or do you see it all?
Oh, you see it all, honey. Well, yeah.
I can't stand cuts. I can't stand that in movies anymore. Like
that's what I'm saying. One scene, it was all just one cut. It was just like one shot for about 12 minutes or something like that. But it's mad.
Crazy.
It's really that good. This weekend. That's this weekend.
But I know, and the Russo brothers, like I've seen their like signature thing now. I'm like, they're bridges, stairwells, and the middle of the road. Like they're just that's them. Like if you're gonna watch a Russo film, you're gonna see someone fighting on a bridge, some stairs, or in the middle of the road. It's just a thing. Like
or falling off a building.
You have to like research.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to research these two and find some movies of theirs that are like nicely action packed that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So if I'm keeping it all the way real, I never heard of them until Winter Soldier.
Yeah, no, they did. I think I don't even think they were doing films. They were doing a TV series. They did a Community.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were doing like a community comedy kind of show. I think I never watched it, but I think that's what they were doing before.
I heard it was really. I heard Community is hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard. I think that's on Netflix. That keeps coming up.
Yeah.
I might have to.
I ain't going there.
Childish Gambino's in there.
I'll have to dig in.
He's in there.
He isn't.
Okay.
Speaking of which, bring back Atlanta.
Yeah, for real.
I know, right? Wait, how many geeks are you giving it? How many geeks are you giving it, Rich?
For what type of film it is, I'll give it 4 geeks.
Yeah.
It's not obviously not the greatest film, but for the film it is, for this time, for what you get, it's it's not John Wick, but it's up there. Yeah, John Wick had heart. It kind of had heart, but
is it missing the heart? Okay.
There's a little bit of heart, but no.
I know you mean.
There's no dead puppies in it.
I understand that.
It's a different kind of
heart. It's a different kind of heart.
Just because it doesn't have heart, it doesn't mean it's not good.
There's no dead
just because it doesn't have heart. That's all good. That's me this weekend, man. It's been on my list since it came out. I keep putting it up, and now everybody I know has watched it.
Yeah, now you gotta watch it.
It's jump on this bandwagon before I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.